It was actually started by an organisation called the Edinburgh Film Guild, which has been running for I think 78 years or something. It's like the oldest I think film guild in Britain, and they began in whatever that was 78 years ago, and they I think founded the film festival first of all. Actually, they started the film festival, which began in 1947. And Filmhouse was kind of created from that as well. They decided they needed a bigger home for the festival, and Filmhouse began then as well. This building that we're in here was moved into in 1979. It's a former church actually. It was unused for several years, and the council actually gave it to Filmhouse, the organisation, and we've been here since 1979.
I guess one of the questions I was wondering was, do you think that it helped or hindered the festival having it? Because they used to do it during a time when there was another thing going on as well. And I think this was one of the first years that they separated the two. Do you think that that made it so there was less people here, or?
Statistics that have come back so far are that it's been a very, very positive move. One of the key aims for the festival was that they wanted to grow the festival both from an industry access point of view and also just for local people as well, because August, I don't know if you have an equivalent, but our month in August is just known as festival month, and it's absolutely, I mean, a lot of local people go away if they can in August because you just can't move in the city. So to allow the kind of wider Scottish and British audiences to experience the festival, it's been a really key move, and ticket sales have been up, and it's been a really positive move.
And I think the press at first were a bit sceptical about the idea, because there's Edinburgh in August has a real atmosphere of its own, and I think they thought that it was going to, film festivals would need to be able to stand kind of on its own. But there's been quite a lot of positive articles in the press recently saying that actually it has, and there was a different atmosphere, but it was much more kind of focused on film, and it seems to have worked really well. So it was a bit of a gamble, and not everyone thought that it was a great idea, but yeah, it seems to be one size of relief already.
Yeah.
So do you enjoy having the film festival here, or is it just more pain than it's?
No, we do absolutely. I think the two organisations work really well together, because Filmhouse has a really kind of diverse and interesting programme year round anyway, and I think the film festival just kind of adds on to that. And I think with audiences as well, that Edinburgh audiences are very kind of film literate, because they have this year-round presence along with the film festival as well. They're much more likely to, take a risk with a film maybe, and they're used to, not just going to a multiplex and seeing mainstream films. So they're pretty film literate.
I think as well, because of this venue, I mean, obviously the film festival is like a highlight in the kind of film year calendar, but because of that, we have an awful lot of film festivals running throughout, seasons. We have Italian film festivals, we have, world festivals all the time. So for us, yes, it's a great event. It's the kind of most sexy event, that runs here. But we also have other festivals that run throughout the year, and our audiences have come to know that. Kind of, as Jenny said, are a bit more risk taking in some of the films that they see.
What?
Go ahead, you had a question.
What do you think, I don't know if you guys were too busy and actually didn't get to watch any of or to watch all the films or whatever, but what was one of you all's favorite films from the festival?
I hardly got to see anything actually, apart from documentaries, which I'd seen already. The thing I liked most actually was Wellness, which was a really low budget indie American film, which I think had been on maybe in Sundance or somewhere, it looked really terrible actually, because it was made for no money. It was shot by the director, so it was like, all over the place technically, but it was just really compelling with a great central performance. Yeah, I really liked it. Wellness.
Well, for me, and it was because I think when I go to see films, I always watch them with younger audiences, and it's pathetic, but my favourite had to be Wall-E, because I watched it with 300 primary school kids, and also the teachers. It was interesting. It's always the same kind of Pixar movies that and understand it from all different levels, and it can pitch to different people. But it was wonderful to hear children laughing and crying, and their teachers. Such a range of emotion in this. In a couple of hours. So for me, it had to be.
And
roll
actually,
your eyes.
well, no, but I was going to say we could have planned that better actually, because that's the beauty of the film festival is that there is something for everybody there. You know, there's big budget animation and there's like micro budget indies.
Yeah.
We didn't plan that.
So what would you say the overall focus of the film festival is? What is its main purpose? And who does it really strive to serve the most? And why have a film festival? Who are you trying to really serve with this film festival?
Well, being Filmhouse staff, I mean, obviously we've got our own ethos
Sure.
and aims and objectives at Filmhouse, but I think one of the key, certainly some of the funding that the festival received this year was to specifically offer industry opportunities. So to be that meeting and greeting point for young filmmakers to try and get into the industry, I think they pride themselves on having this kind of networking. They still do directors' drinks, so every day there is an opportunity for production people to meet up with money people, and it's just a real kind of opportunity-based festival.
It's also a festival of discovery as well. You know, the festival looks all over the world for films that otherwise wouldn't get screened in this country, and a lot of the time films actually get distribution deals from having screened in Edinburgh and gone down around the audience.
So many of the films then are first shown. This is their first showing anywhere.
Some of them are world premieres, a lot of them are sort of European premieres as well. They're all at least UK premieres. So.
Right. And many of them then would you say a high proportion of them are first films for first directors, or first major films for directors?
Not really high, I don't think. Well, there's probably more than there are in most festivals, actually. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But a lot of the films also, apart from sort of doing other festivals around the world, and the programming team for the festival does travel to a lot of festivals. We also have a submissions process whereby anyone who's made a film can send us a film, and we'll watch it. You know, we watch thousands, thousands of films that are just sent to us by filmmakers, and they all get watched, and so every one of those is a chance to be screened in the festival as well. And it is, it's a slog, because I do that with documentary. I've seen probably 600 documentaries this year, and it can be a real slog because you're having to get through so many, but then you find one that's just great, and there's a real moment of discovery. That was great.